Welcome back to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. You know, this year's Darlington Throwback Era is celebrating the years 1985 to 1989. You know I can't wait. Joey wasn't even born yet. It's time to see Logano's throwback look for Darlington. Let's go to our drivers' meeting for the reveal.
Okay, 1985 to 1989. That was like my best years. And here we're throwing back to that. I don't understand.
Best hair, too.
Yeah,
right?
best hair. It was definitely my best hair. Sure. All right, so we're going to unveil Joey's car. He's not seen it yet, so are you ready?
Let's do this.
Ready? Let's do it.
Wanting to see it.
Oh, yeah.
There she is.
Woo.
Nice.
She looks good. I think so.
Yeah.
So this is Jimmy Vasser's Indy car that he ran in 02, celebrating when Shell bought Pennzoil.
Okay.
Back then, so they're kind of honoring that relationship, and it got a cool looking car.
It is.
So there's the Indy car that kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of different, but I like it. It looks neat. It'll go cool with the Darlington, and of course any car looks good in victory lane, but this one might look a little better.
Outstanding, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Under the lights at Darlington. Yeah, very nice.
They all look good in victory lane.
So talk about Darlington. How about what are your thoughts on Darlington?
We better win.
Yeah, well, maybe you'll win before then.
Darlington is, I think, you know, when you think of the top tracks you want to win at, you know, you think of Daytona, Indy. I think the next one you think about is Darlington. Either that or the Coke 600.
Yeah.
Those two are always next in line, in my mind at least. That might be different for everybody else, but
you're right.
the Southern 500 is a big deal to win. It's a tough, grueling race. It feels like the longest race of the year, 500 miles around that place. But I remember winning an Xfinity race there and how big of a deal it was, so I couldn't imagine the feeling it is of winning the Southern 500, and especially in our points position to bring this thing in the victory lane.
We're going to Michigan this week. Michigan is a speed racetrack. You guys have been a little bit off on speed this year. If I go back the last couple of years, man, you guys have had speed.
Right.
If something else happened, you always had speed. How hard has it been this year not having that little bit of extra cushion?
A little bit of speed is really what allows you to recover. If something happens, and a lot of times in these longer races, you have a hiccup of some sort. Maybe it's a bad restart, a pit stop, a mistake of some sort somewhere. Maybe it's a strategy. It could be anything. A fast car can overcome all of that a lot of times. Now we have to be perfect all the time on everything we do. And I believe the speed will come back, right? I mean, everyone's been talking about the Joe Gibbs cars and how fast they are right now and how the Toyotas are. But remember in the beginning of the year what we were talking about? How they haven't won a race and they're running well. Wow, but boy, does it change pretty quick. So knowing that, the confidence that I have that obviously Team Penske's going to figure this out, Ford's going to figure this out, and how we're going to get our cars faster and back to winning races. The only thing is we only got 4 weeks to do it.
Yeah. So we've heard your teammate Brad say that we're not where the Fords and Chevrolets aren't where the Toyotas are. They have something that we don't. We're not as fast. We need to get there. What is it that you see with the Toyotas that makes them better right now? Can you see that as a driver? Exactly. Say this is what we have to do better.
Well, they worked hard. They worked hard to develop a new body.
Yeah.
And I think they developed a lot of the tweaks that they needed to that body and had some low-hanging fruit with a new body to start adjusting on and figure out how to make more downforce with it. And it seems like they've done a good job. That's from the outside looking in, but that all starts from them developing a new body. Toyota doing that, obviously, and then the teams, taking that to their advantage. It's not something that just happened like that. This is something that's been in the works for them, I'm sure, for years. So it's something that, we're playing a little bit of catch up right now, for sure. But there's no doubt we're going to be able to do it.
As we take, we've all driven cars that we're up on power and we're down on power. And when the great equalizer were the shorter tracks, were the Bristols, were the Richmonds, were the Martinsvilles. As we go to Bristol, again this time, you've been great at Bristol. As we go to back to some of the shorter tracks to Richmond, does that give you confidence that you can run with these guys and
for sure
with the races that we have?
Yes, for sure. The next race is coming up. We've won at all of them but one, up at Darlington. So we know how to win at these racetracks. And like you said, the shorter tracks, I think, are going to play into our hands pretty well.
Yeah.
Bristol's arguably probably our best racetrack as a 22 team. We've run well there every time. If something doesn't go wrong, we've run really well and had a great shot to win. So, and usually the fall races, the track's rubbered up more, and it seems to fall into our hands a little bit better with the way, I like the Curta drive and the way we set this thing up. So, I look forward to those races coming up. And we got to stay confident. Like I said, even though maybe we've been off a little bit of speed lately, I don't look at Michigan and write it off by no means. I think if we can go out there, we can attack, and we can still make a win happen there, no doubt. Unless we shouldn't show up if we have a different attitude. So I know we can still do this.
Okay. Nice throwback car. And while we've been doing this segment, Krista has done a throwback hairdo to 1984, so I'm going to throw it back over to Krista.
Here's why I like the car, because it's nice and bright. 85 to 89, fluorescent was big. You can expect that at Darlington. So that looks awesome, Joey. And when we come up on NASCAR America, Joey will answer questions from you, the fans. You can still submit them on Twitter by using the hashtag AskJoey. Big hair, don't care, Kyle.